What's going on, guys? AFC Tosi here. It is 12:37 a.m. in New York, and I'm doing a video to preview the Arsenal match tomorrow against Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena to kick off the knockout stage of the Champions League. I also want to touch on a little bit about the result yesterday from in PSG, which was pretty interesting in itself. And I also want to answer some questions from Twitter that I got from you guys. So let me just start the video. First, I want to talk about the match yesterday. I think this game between Barcelona and PSG was something that the football world needed. I think more or less around the leagues it's been kind of dry and stale, and we needed something huge, a big result for everyone to talk about. Twitter was on fire, and I just want to sit there and say it was equally amazing how each team played on either side, in a good way and a bad way. So first thing I'm going to talk about is Barcelona, and something that really pissed me off was I see a lot of people blaming Luis Enrique, which is insane. I mean, not that he doesn't deserve blame, but they're saying he deserves all the blame and that Messi doesn't deserve this. Messi was the worst player on the pitch. He didn't get a touch inside the box. And as much as people want to say he's taken on a creative role, it's just ridiculous to say that. He lost physical battles left and right. He made 2 or 3 sexy passes to try and cover up his performance, but even those were overhit and meaningless. Players lost one-on-one battles. Usually when you see players losing physical battles like that and being outpaced all match, it just shows that they're not up for it and they're not as focused as the other team. So I'd like to say that no one deserves less blame on Barcelona than anyone, in my opinion. It may be just Neymar. He just performed better. Not that it looked like his head was in it more or anything. He just performed better. On the contrast, when you look at PSG, they were amazing. I mean, they were unstoppable. PSG had amazing counterattacks. They had unbelievable movement from Di Maria, from Cavani, from everyone. I mean, even Rabiot was amazing. I can't believe how well he glided across the pitch. I think Verratti dictated the match for the 67 minutes that he was on. I hope his injury isn't too serious because he's just an amazing player. I said it the other night on Twitter that I don't watch him enough, and I really don't because, I mean, I'm missing out. I think a few things I want to talk about from that PSG performance is that the amazing thing about it to me is that they scored 4 goals and they weren't very clinical. A lot of their final balls in finishing was more or less off. I think it was a good goal for Draxler, who's been doing good. But once again, he looked like he took too much time on decision making in the final third. But still, I mean, they blew me away. They dominated possession at times, and then they sat back and countered when they need to. It looked like they had a great game plan, but mostly how focused and how up for it they were. They won every physical battle. They won every fight, and they outpaced everyone. So I just can't say anything but good words. And those results we got against them back in the group stages are more impressive now. What else? I mean, another takeaway from the match to me is that it just confirmed what I've always thought about Cavani, is that he has the best movement of any striker in the world. The way he moves off of the ball, he is unstoppable. If he gets the right finish, he can put together some of the best runs I've ever seen. Yeah, so that's pretty much about that game. Now, on to the match today. Arsenal away to Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena to knock off the Champions League knockout stages for us. I think this is a really interesting match. I think it really is needed as an Arsenal fan. I mean, things have been so melodramatic, boring. Ever since we lost to Watford, I feel like we're out of the title race, and we just clawed back in, maybe because Chelsea drew, and it's really boring. It's hard to get excited for matches, and this is really exciting. Like, we're really playing where something's at stake, and I miss this feeling for a few weeks now, so I'm glad that's happening. I really want to see Arsene Wenger go out and try something optimistic and try something progressive. I don't want to go out there and play one of the 3 tired formulas he's been doing for about 5 or 6 years now. I mean, I don't want to see the same 4-5-1 with Ozil just trying to get the ball to Giroud as desperately as possible. I don't want to see the same fake false 4-3-3, I'd call it, where we play a pivot, but one of the midfielders is moving up and down anyway. And I want him to do something different, and I want him to do something tailor-made to defeat Bayern Munich. I mean, I was looking at some stuff earlier because I'm honest, I don't watch the Bundesliga much, but I do pay attention. And it looks like Bayern Munich, more often than not this year, they've been playing a solid back four, Xabi Alonso distributing to Vidal and Kimmich in front of him. And then they've just been playing Thiago, Muller, and Lewandowski in more attacking positions. And I want to see Wenger use width against them. I think width and pace can really hurt them. I mean, if you're just looking, you've got right there, Xabi Alonso's probably going to be out tomorrow, so they won't be able to distribute out wide as much. Alaba and Lam, I don't think, like Alaba I think is a great fullback. I think Lam, obviously he's retiring. I think we can expose them if we use pacey wingers, or even our fullbacks like Bellerin if he's going to play up and down the pitch. I just want to use width and pace to kind of like infiltrate them. Now, as far as starting lineups, I'd like to see Ospina, Gibbs, Mustafi, Koscielny, Bellerin. I know everybody's fitness is, some players' fitness is called into question. I think Bellerin is back anyway. But after that, I want to see Xhaka as a deep-lying playmaker. I want to see Chamberlain and Ozil as two central midfielders in front of him that can run in that channel between the wingers and the central forward. And then for the front line, I'd like to see Welbeck left wing, Alexis down the middle, and Theo Walcott. Sorry, I don't know why I spazzed out there, but Theo Walcott on the right wing. I want to use that pace to exploit their fullbacks, and then I'd like to see the ball cut back for those midfielders going in through those channels where Alexis is, and I want them to be kind of I want the midfield and especially Xhaka, who's going to be distributing from deep, to work together to space out their team to create a big gap in the middle for Alexis to exploit. I think that should be the game plan for tomorrow, at least in my opinion. So yeah, what I want to see is a midfield organized around distribution from deep, two central midfielders trying to break into the box through open channels between the central striker and the wingers, and pace being used out wide to spread their team out and open gaps for interplay between forwards and midfielders in the middle to create goal-scoring situations. It's the best way I can put it. Last part of the video, I put up a tweet saying I was going to take some questions from #AskTosi, and I did not lie, so I'm going to go through some right now and see what I can find. Okay, let's see. At assisting Ozil, Hugo says, thoughts on our Champions League hopes with Xhaka's imminent return. I think I did a video responding to this, but yeah, more or less, I'm really hopeful about it with Xhaka returning, like I spoke in the video, because in the Champions League, you need incisive long passing and balls from deep in order to break teams. So, yeah, I mean, I have big hopes. I really expect a big win tomorrow. At Januzai, a.k.a. Jan. Your XI in formation for the rest of the season, bro. XI in formation for the rest of the season would be the one I said earlier in the video, still. I'd like Giroud off the bench, so maybe the only thing I could tinker with is if Welbeck's going to be in that starting lineup or Lucas Perez. I'd like to see Perez, Sanchez, Walcott in front of Ozil, Chamberlain, with Xhaka right behind them, and then the back four of Gibbs, Mustafi, Koscielny, Bellerin, and Ospina and goal over Czech. I think Czech is fucking finished. I'm going to go through some more. Let's see. Okay. At KD_Bayern Munich fan. Best young Albanian/Kosovan prospect do you think will reach the top, or are there not any? I definitely don't think there's not any. I think the best is El Said Husay. He's going to have the match of his life today against Cristiano Ronaldo. And if he can get a performance in, I think that secures his move to a big club. I know Barcelona is already sniffing around. I know Manchester United asked. I think he's just, there's not much. Like, personally, I haven't seen enough of him where I can break him down totally, but the times I've seen him play, the way he uses physicality and technique to impose himself on the game really benefits Sarri's system, and he's just, to me, he's one of the best defenders in the world. And let's see, what else do we got? I got some more here. AFC Joy asked me to gift them an Arsenal jersey. Never had one. No. What the fuck? Okay. I got some more here. At Wolflexus. What's your favorite type of dog? My favorite type of dog is a Shiba Inu because I own a Shiba Inu. Sam. At Masut is magic. Thoughts about Alexis rumors saying Alexis will decide if he signs depending on our finish in the Premier League this term. I mean, what can I say? I can't blame the guy at all. I mean, he's not Robin Van Persie or Cesc Fabregas or Samir Nasri, where the club gave him his opportunity in football. He more or less gave the club an opportunity at a time where we didn't have much time to... we didn't have much opportunity to sign world-class players. It was a stretch when he came, when Ozil came. We weren't in a really position where we could really compete for any major title. So everything he's done for the club up until now, I greatly appreciate. And if he feels like he has to go somewhere else in order to, finish off his career with some silverware or with a bang, I can't be mad at him. Everything him and Ozil have done for the club since they came, it really helped us out of that period of not contending, but more importantly, it really showed that this club can still sign world-class players, and that's something that's, to me, more important than managerial choices, the board, everything. Once you lose your ability to sign world-class players, you really lose a lot of edge. That's like, if you look at Tottenham, they have trouble with that. Tottenham can't really get these type of players, and that's where they kind of lack. I think if Tottenham was able to sign somebody like Di Maria or like that, they'd be able to really break through, and that's why I think it's important. And at AFCJLLVP, who's your favorite player of all time and why? This is a really tough question for me because I've kind of been always a Arsenal fan first before I was a football fan, to be honest. And I really take into account a lot of things for my favorite player of all time. If I went strictly football, it would be Cristiano Ronaldo. I started watching when I was a lot younger, probably like 9 or 10, 11 years old. But once I got older, around like 13, 14, 15, and I was able to just consume the game at mass, I was able to really watch Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime at Manchester United. And as much as it killed me that we were losing titles to him, he was just... he's probably my favorite of all time. And I know people are going to bury me for not saying Messi, but I don't know. There's something about Cristiano Ronaldo I always like, just because of the way he plays. I thought he was the most complete player of all time, just from a footballing perspective. As a fan, my favorite player of all time, probably Mesut Ozil. Like, beyond the pitch and everything, when you talk about the totality of it, I just think the way he plays is the most entertaining to me. He wins games with his vision. Like, he's a great passer, but people don't understand that it's not just his passing that makes him great. It's his vision, and it's his ability to see things before they happen. So, Ozil and Ronaldo is probably tied up for my favorite player. For fuck's sake, Jock. If you had shit hair, would you wear a cap for the rest of your life or decide to go bald? This really doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't shave my head if I had shit hair, because hair is better than no hair. At least that's what I think. Let me see. At Biblical Masut. Mira mira or calma calma? I like Mesut Ozil's celebration, but calma calma is the greatest sports celebration of all time. And I think that's going to wrap it up. So yeah, I'm just going to go with some final predictions. I think Arsenal win today This is tough. I'm doing this off the fly, but I think we're going to win 2-1. Yeah, I'm going to go with 2-1. And I think the first goal scorer will be Alexis Sanchez. And I think Mesut Ozil will either have a huge assist or a huge goal in this game. I think he'll stand up and be counted, but I'll probably be proven wrong because I'm an Arsenal fan and that's how life likes to treat us. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for paying attention, and send me more tweets and shit like that. I'm going to try to include them in every video, so just hashtag Ask Tosi and I'll throw you in the video.